Excellencies,
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I wish to thank the ambassadors of Tajikistan and the Netherlands for organizing this important briefing on the UN 2023 Water Conference, which includes all the aspects of water related matters and is taking place in New York from the 22nd to the 24th of March 2023. And I also thank you all for your attendance today. Your presence today demonstrates the importance of the international community in placing water on the top of the coming conference. I also take this opportunity to thank His Excellency Mr. Tian Shubin, the Vice Minister for Water Resources, for making his time to join us here today, and the courtesy and hospitality that was extended to the President of the UN General Assembly by the Ministry of Water Resources when he was here on a visit recently. Please do convey the government counterparts here our gratitude to Minister Lee of the Ministry of Water Resources. The President of the UN General Assembly, His Excellency Saba Korosi, came to China recently to seek allies in the work of the United Nations General Assembly towards the transformation and advancing of the three pillars of the Sustainable Development Goals: peace and security, development, and human rights. He highlighted the upcoming World Water Conference in March 2023, as well as the integration of climate and water policies on creating global water information systems. On all counts, he was very encouraged by China's readiness to cooperate on the issues he raised with key leaders of the Chinese government, which included Premier Li Keqiang, the Director and State Councillor, Mr. Wang Yi, the Foreign Minister, Mr. Qin Gang, the Minister of Ecology and Environment, Mr. Huang, as well as the Minister of Water Resources, Mr. Li. I was present in all the meetings, and I'm pleased to report that the meetings got off to an excellent start. It is particularly auspicious beginning the year of the rabbit. You may be aware that Mr. Kurosi's clarion call of his presidency is solidarity, sustainability, and science. He was one of the co-chairs of the Open Working Group for the SDGs when he was the permanent representative of Hungary to the UN in New York. He was able to see firsthand the dramatic progress China is making on all of the SDGs and having achieved SDG 1 of ending abject poverty. I thank the General Assembly President, Mr. Kurosi, for the visit to Beijing on behalf of the entire United Nations family. My sincere thanks to the government of China for the warmth, hospitality, and courtesy extended to President Kurosi. As you know, the last World Water Conference happened in 1977, and the entire world today faces a grave water crisis, with climate change profoundly affecting our economies, societies, and the environment. Water is indeed the biggest deal breaker to achieve the internationally agreed water-related goals and targets, including those contained in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. China has important lessons to share. It is worth noting and learning from ancient and contemporary water projects in China. Mr. Kurosi's visit has generated goodwill and allies as the UN prepares for the UN 2023 World Water Conference. As expressed by today's speakers, water is not only essential for all forms of life, but is a basic human right. Water is everyone's business. Water is inextricably linked to the three pillars of sustainable development. Water integrates economic, social, political, and cultural values. Whilst many of the sustainable development goals are off track, progress on Goal 6 on clean water and sanitation can help unlock the achievement of other interconnected SDGs, particularly in health, food, gender equality, education, livelihoods, industry, climate, and above all, the environment. This conference follows on the heels and is intricately linked to the two transformational conferences, the United Nations Food Systems Summit in 2021 and the Transforming Education Summit of 2022. We must build on the successes of these summits by ensuring national, regional, and global commitments that meet our water related goals and targets while securing equitable access to water resources for all. A key component of this conference is the Water Action Agenda, in which commitments, pledges, and actions across all sectors, industries, and interests can be registered similar to the national solution pathways developed in the wake of the Food System Summit. I urge all of you to share this inclusive call for action widely, not only from national government, but from civil society, academia, private sector, and all relevant stakeholders. Here, we recognize the transboundary nature of water resources, where in many cases, rivers, lakes, and watersheds traverse multiple countries, necessitating bilateral and multilateral agreements for equitable sharing of resources. With the rapidly accelerating impact of climate change being felt across all corners of the globe, urgent action is needed now more than ever. We must move forward beyond incremental change towards identifying potential game changers, catalyzers to become more resilient to water, climate, food, and energy crisis, as well as to the economic, ecological, social, and political changes. I want to conclude by wishing the governments of Tajikistan and the Netherlands, as co hosts of the conference, great success in March. And I look forward to seeing pragmatic and concrete pledges, commitments, and actions coming out of the event that allows us to ensure a water secure future for all. Our ability, ladies and gentlemen, to realize the commitments outlined in the 2030 Agenda on the Sustainable Development Goals and achieve the SDGs will depend on concerted outcomes from this conference. Thank you very much, Sheshir.